and welcome to another episode of the Studio 78 podcast. I am your host, Nache from NacheSnow.com. Welcome. You can also catch me on Instagram at NacheSnow. Well, my friends, this is my birthday episode. On the 31st of March, 2019, I am turning 41. Yes, 41. And it's funny because I still remember being in my 20s and thinking 40 was, quote, old. Now I'm all like, 40 is the new 30. What? But it's funny because I'm like, I am now 20 years from 21. And I still remember turning 21 while in school at Grambling State University and partying like crazy. I swear, it feels like it was yesterday. But no, that was 20 years ago. So today, I just want to talk about some lessons learned from 2 decades, which sounds crazy, of adulting. And I'm so curious to hear from you guys about things that you would add to this list or things that you may agree with or not agree with. But I'll tell you one thing. I am so grateful to just be 41 because some people don't make it to 41. As my mom always says, if you're not getting older, you're dead. That is a very morbid statement, but it's a very true statement. And I tell you folks, she says this at least once a year. What I love is I know myself so much better than I did 20 years ago. I do not care what other people think. I have embraced my weird. And you can ask all my friends, I am really weird. I'm a weird person. And I do what I think is fun. Whatever that is, I like to have fun. Even if it's something weird that other people are like, what are you doing, Nache? I'm like, hey, this is how I have fun. It is what it is. And in that time, I've also done a 180 on my finances. I am now debt-free. I am so proud of the work I put in to become debt-free. So I always shout it to the rooftops to let other people know, like, you can do this too. I promise you can. And it feels just so good to have accomplished that and to only have my mortgage as my debt. I cannot explain how good that feels. I am also getting better about living a healthier lifestyle. Now, do I want to take my 21-year-old self and slap her a little bit and be like, girl, put that McDonald's hamburger down? Yes, I do. Do I want to say exercise? Yes, I do. But it's too late for that now. So all I can do is try my best to live a healthier lifestyle from this day forward. And that's what I'm doing. And I am so proud also that I no longer kill my plants. This is huge, people. This is huge. I now have 8 living plants in my house. I am very proud of this fact. You know, within that time, I've also experienced all facets of love, from getting married to having a fur child that I adored, to loving and connecting with my 5 nieces. I've also experienced death and disappointment and regret, and all of these things have made me who I am today. This past year alone, my dog of 12 years died. My 16-year-old nephew was murdered in the streets of Chicago, which was heartbreaking. And just this past January, my grandfather passed away at the ripe old age of 85. In that same year, I launched my Life Cleanse journal, and I had my mom and some of my best friends come out and celebrate with me. I got to send one of my nieces to an awesome leadership camp in DC, which she absolutely loved. And I traveled several times last year, which was super important to me because I try to travel outside of the DC area at least 2 to 3 times a year. So I just tell you guys these things to say, like, life has several ups and downs, but it's how we navigate through them that defines who we are. So here, just very quickly, are just a few of my biggest takeaways from 20 years of adulting. So let me start out with this one. Money is power. Yes, I said it. Money is power. I think there is such a negative connotation sometimes around money. Like, oh, make sure you're not all about the money. Life is not all about money. Don't just chase the money. Okay. Yes. However, money makes this world go around. In order to eat, we need money. In order to have heat and get water, we need money to pay our utilities. In order to travel, we need money. In order to buy the things that we love, we need money. And so I think it's important to have a good relationship with money. I think it's important to have a good mindset around money. And I think it is important to figure out your finances so you could figure out how you can get the lifestyle that you want. And so know that I'm not saying this because I think everyone should become rich or have six figures. I really do think people just need to have the right mindset in order to live the life they want to live. Because I tell you, I know people who have six-figure salaries that are living paycheck to paycheck. And I know families of four that are living off of $50,000 a year and they're happy. So it's really about mindset and how you spend the money, but you have to improve your relationship with money in order to get there. And that is something I learned the hard way. And I am in a really good place with money right now because I have now that right mindset. So just keep that in mind, folks. The next thing is don't play with your health. You've heard me say it here before, folks. If you're sick, go to the doctor. Make sure you are going to your regularly scheduled appointments every year. Dentist, gynecologist, family doctor, whoever, getting your mammogram, whatever it might be. Do not play with your health. You only have one body. And if you ruin it, that is it. That is it. Okay? That's all I'll say about that. Eat right and exercise. And trust me, it is a constant struggle. I hate exercising and I'm trying to figure that part out and incorporate it more into my life because as I get older, I know it's super important. But I tell you folks, do not play with your health. The next thing is family. However you define it, if it could be just some of your best friends because maybe your quote blood relatives treat you like crap, but whoever you consider your family, make sure you're treating them right. Make sure you tell them you love them in your own little special way because you just never know when they might not be here anymore, which I know is kind of morbid, but it's so true. So make sure you let them know that you love them and that you care about them and make sure that you make time for them too. Next, you only have one life, make the best of it. We only have one life, people. This is it. This is it. This is all. We just have this one life. So in 10 years, I want to look back and be like, I lived my life to the fullest. I just did not wake up, go to work, eat, sleep, and rinse and repeat. No. I want to be able to look back on experiences that I think are beautiful. I want to say that I lived my life to the best of its ability. Or did I even say that right? I just want to make sure that I am living my best life. And you should too. And that's one thing that I have learned through the years, just knowing people who have been sent to an early grave or people that have looked back 60 years later and realized that they really didn't do what they wanted to do. And this is just talking, I just people, random people sometimes, because I don't know. I'm like one of those people, like when I get on a plane, strangers talk to me. And so it's interesting the stories you hear about regrets that people have on not, I guess, doing the things that they wanted to do because they were afraid or they thought they would have time later. So anyway, just make the best of this life that you have. Next, life is too short to hold grudges. I'll just leave that right there. It's too short. Whatever your grudge is with someone else, with a company, with whatever, let it go. Life's too short. Walk away. Walk away from them grudges. Let it just go away. The next thing is only surround yourself with people who bring you up. Do not surround yourself with negative people. Why? I don't understand why people do this. People have so-called friends that put them down and tell them that they are never going to do anything, or every time you might bring something up, that person has something negative to say. Like, why surround yourself with those type of people? I cut those people out of my life. I only surround myself with people that I know will bring me up, that I know will inspire me. I surround myself with people who are trying to make a better life for themselves, because I know if they are trying to do that, they are going to motivate me to be a better person. So only surround yourself with these type of people. I learned that in my 20s, and I had to shed a lot of relationships that weren't positive. And I'm not saying it was easy, but it was something I needed to do in order to become my best self. So think about it. Okay, remove negativity from your life. I don't know what it could be because everybody's situation is different, but you know what it is. Remove it. Just say goodbye to it. No matter how hard it is, say goodbye, let it go. Remove that negativity. You will live a better life because of it. The next thing is don't be afraid to take risk. Look, I am a calculated risk kind of girl. Trust and believe. I will make a list of the pros and cons of something. I will play something out in my head 1,000,000 times. But I realize the importance of sometimes just saying, like, you know what? Let me just do it. And you just never know what might happen. There's very few things that you're not going to bounce back from. As long as it's legal and it's not putting your life in jeopardy, you're probably going to be okay. So take some smart risk. Don't be afraid. The next thing is trust your instincts. I've just learned through the years to trust my gut. When I haven't trusted my gut, I've made some poor decisions. But when my gut is telling me, like, you know what, you should do this, I go with it. So trust yourself. The next one is believe in yourself. This goes, I guess, hand in hand with confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to? You have to believe that you can do whatever you want to do. That is how you're going to become the person you're supposed to be, because you're going to have the confidence to do what you need to do. Believe in yourself. I believe in myself. Even if I have a moment where I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, girl, snap out of it. You can do this. You know you can do this. So I just say, believe in yourself. The next one is feedback is a gift. I don't care if it's positive or negative. It's a gift. I always tell people, you can tell me anything as long as you do it with respect. Even if it's something that's really hard, that might hurt my feelings, I'd rather know than not know. Because at least I could take that feedback. I can take a really hard look at my life or whatever I'm doing and figure out if I need to change something, or figure out if I need to do more of something if it's positive feedback. But feedback is a gift. Never, ever get mad at someone for giving you feedback. And I think sometimes it's a fine line, because sometimes we take feedback as if it's somebody not believing in us. And so you have to figure out, is it really somebody that's truly just giving you feedback because they want to make sure that you're taking into account all the things? Or is it someone that is just a negative Nancy and they're really just trying to bring you down? Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the two, but I feel like over time, you get better at recognizing something that is feedback and something that is just negativity. But true feedback is an actual gift. Okay, next. Okay, so some of you guys may agree or not agree, but here we go. There is no one true love. Where did that come from, Nache? This is where it comes from. In a world with 1 billion people, there is someone else out there for you. I mean, you may have had a great love, but that doesn't mean you won't find love again. And why do I put this out there? Because I feel like in our early years, we have all fallen madly in love and we're like, oh my God, I will never find anyone else. This is the love of my life. This is it. And that's all. But is it really? No, it's not. Okay. So know that there is someone out here for you. Even if you were in love before, it does not mean you will never find love again. There are stories of seniors that have lost their loved ones and then found other people in their late 60s and 70s. Maybe their love for that new person is different than the love they had for their spouse that passed away, but it's still love nonetheless. And so I just really wanted to put that out there, especially for my younger audience, because know that if you are going through like a terrible breakup, your life is not over. You will meet someone else. It will happen, okay? What's meant to be will be. The next one is be kind. Just be kind. It doesn't hurt. I think it's so funny. There are right now so many social media graphics that say be kind. And I'm like, that's so weird that we have to be reminded of it. But I guess in the world we live in today, we do need to be reminded of it because there's so much negativity that we experience, be it social media or watching television or just sometimes going through to your local Target, right? Be kind. You will be a better person because of it. Okay, next, go with glass half full. I am just a glass half full kind of girl. I see a situation, even if it's not the best outcome I wanted, I tell myself like, you know what? What are the positive things that at least have come out of this situation? I do my darndest not to focus on the negative. I am not a glass half empty kind of girl. Like, oh, well, this didn't work out. No. What are some of the lessons learned? What are the things that did go well? Focus on that and you will be a better person for it. Trust and believe. Okay. The next one is forgive yourself. This is so important. Forgive yourself. No matter what you've done. If you were mean to your mom, you yelled at her and you didn't mean it, forgive yourself, apologize, and forgive yourself. If you did something that you are ashamed of, you know what? It's okay. Life goes on. Forgive yourself. And I find that sometimes people blame themselves for things that aren't even their fault, like a relationship that has fallen apart or a miscarriage, right? And I feel like we as women, we sometimes just hold things in our heart so long and blame ourselves for everything, even if it's not our fault. It's just life, right? So I am giving you permission right now to forgive yourself and move on. Move on with life. Okay, next. I have learned the importance of leaving the city you were born in. So this is another one where people may agree or not agree, but I have met people in my lifetime who have literally never left the city they were born in. I mean, not to even take a vacation. I mean, that is all they know is the city that they were born in. And my thing is like, how can you grow as a person if you never leave that city. And as someone who went to college in Louisiana, ended up working in the DC area, and I have probably visited half of the states within the US, I am telling you, there is so much to experience. I'm not saying you have to live somewhere else, even though that's even better, even if you live somewhere else for a year and then go back to your city. I just think it's important to have experiences outside the place that you were born. That's it. That's all. I'm just putting it out there, just letting it simmer and marinate. If you are one of those people, travel. Just travel one place this year. Go one place, even if it's just for a few days. Okay? All right. I'm going to the next thing. Hobbies are important. I think everybody should have a hobby. If it is journaling, if it's skating, if it's surfing, you need something that you love to do that kind of takes you away from the real world, something that you get excited about doing. Even if you love your job, you still need just something different that sparks your creativity, that really helps you get those juices flowing. So if you don't have a hobby, get one. It's good for you. Just trust me on this. The next one is know that your job and your education does not define you. I think in this society, everybody's like, oh, where do you work? What school did you go to? And if you don't have a fancy job or a fancy education, then you're sometimes seen as like less than, but that is hogwash, okay? Just because somebody has a quote good job or good education, it does not make them better than anybody else. Just believe that. And along those lines too, how you dress doesn't define you either. It's so interesting. Sometimes I do a little experiment where I'll go into stores and I'm just like kind of dressed down in my sweats, just my little flats. And it's interesting how people treat you sometimes even based on how you're dressed. And that always lets me know the character of that individual. So I say if somebody is judging you based on what job you have, your education, or how you dress, you do not need them in your life. They are less than, okay? They are people who have their own issues, self-esteem issues, self-worth issues. You are not defined by all those things. You are defined by the person you are, the things that you do, how you represent yourself. That is how you are defined. Okay, next, home stretch people. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Know that you cannot listen to society on what is beautiful and what is not beautiful. Everyone has a different standard when it comes to beauty, and you need to realize that when it comes to finding someone, know that there is always someone out there that will think you're beautiful and that will love you for who you are. Never settle for someone because you don't think you can get someone else. Also, just in general, love yourself. I love myself. I am 6'1", dark skin, short hair, big feet. I love every inch of myself. I love myself fat, skinny. I love myself with short hair, long hair. I love who I am, and there is no one, just nothing that can tell me that I am not a beautiful person. And so just remember that. Okay. Hard work, determination, and persistence leads to success. I'll say that again. Hard work, determination, and persistence leads to success. That is it. That is all. No matter what background you come from, no matter how smart you think you are or not, those are the things that will help move you up and allow you to achieve success. Trust me on that. That is, I feel like, what got me where I am today. And I'll tell you this, I am not the smartest person in the room, but I don't need to be the smartest person in the room, okay? All I know is I just need to work hard, to be comfortable with leaning on others, to be driven, but not to the point where it's like consuming my life, and to be persistent. If I'm not good at something, to keep working at whatever that is until I become better or the best. All right? Hard work, determination, persistence. The next one is laughter cures all. It's good to laugh. If you haven't laughed in a while, you need to change your surroundings. You need to change the people you're hanging with. You need laughter in your life. The next one is ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to lean on people. But I'll put this out there for people who only lean on other people. That's not good. If you are still asking your parents for money at 30 and 40, if you are still leaning on other people instead of doing the work yourself in order to take care of yourself, okay, you might be going a little too far with the asking for help, but most people out there aren't like that. Most people out there are working hard and they don't want to bug others because they want to do things themselves. So that is who I'm talking to right now. I am talking to you. Like, I am giving you permission to ask for help because sometimes you just can't do things alone or by yourself. Sometimes you need others to help you, and it's okay. And last but not least, this is a real wonky one, but what I've learned is breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm just saying. I can eat breakfast morning, noon, and night. It is the most important meal, and it is the best meal. You can agree with me. I don't care. I love breakfast, and I love bacon. Okay? That's it. That's all. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. As a birthday gift to me, and yes, I have no shame, like no shame at all. Please head on over to iTunes and rate me 5 stars. Please, please, please. It really helps the show. Please share this episode with people you think that would enjoy it. That also helps. And if you guys know, I love snail mail. So if you want to send me something, go ahead. Nache Snow, P.O. Box 201, Upper Marlboro, Maryland, 20773. I'm just saying, I take gifts. I have no shame. I take cards. I love cards. If you send me a card, I'll read it on this show. If you send me a gift, more than likely, I might even do one of my infamous unboxing videos, because y'all know on IG stories, I love unboxing stuff. So yeah, I'm just saying, it's my birthday. I'm allowed to ask for gifts, right? All right, you guys, I will be back next week with an amazing guest, and I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Take care. Bye.